Today, we're looking at an array of new machine types as we cross into new lands. Starting us off are Bellowbacks, large bipedal machines named for the shape of the visible canisters carried on their backs and under their necks, like bellows used on a fireplace. These machines are often found alone or in very small packs, rarely combining types. They are found walking patrol routes over somewhat large areas of land. Bellowbacks are unique in that they are known for coming in two flavors, fire and freeze. Fire Bellowbacks are walking blaze canisters, ready to light the environment on fire at a moment's notice, with their bright green backs visible from a good distance away. Fire Bellowbacks attack with their flamethrower snouts at close or medium range, hurting you very quickly or setting the surrounding land on fire, which can cause residual damage. At long range, these machines lob small fireballs that ignite the immediate area upon impact. Dodging these fireballs can be a little tricky since you aren't totally immune while rolling. Fire Bellowbacks are exceptionally weak to freeze damage, which is not only good for slowing them down, but it also makes destroying their blaze canisters with damage ammo very easy. Freeze Bellowbacks operate in much the same way as Fire Bellowbacks, but with an inverted element. Freeze Bellowbacks glow a bright blue from their freeze canisters, and have very similar attacks, just with attacks that cause freeze damage, slowing you down and opening you up to greater damage. These machines are also, unsurprisingly, very weak to fire. When dealing with either Bellowback type, your first priority should be destroying their two canisters. Depending on how you approach them is what determines which canister is easier to hit. If you are sneaking up on them from behind, the back canister is much more open, since it is somewhat blocked by its metal holders from the front. If you are sneaking from the front or you are already engaged in combat with a Bellowback, its net canister is much easier to hit, since a Bellowback will do its best to be facing you at all times. When you destroy both canisters on a Bellowback, it will lose its ability to use its elemental attacks and resort to melee. Be careful when destroying these canisters, however, especially the rear one, because the radius of the explosion is fairly large and will hurt you if you are inside of it. You should beware not to let down your guard once a Bellowback switches to melee, however, as their long tails increase their melee range significantly. Overriding a Bellowback requires the completion of the Xi Cauldron, but for their health, range, and high damage elemental attacks, they are very valuable when fighting large groups of other machines. Next we have the Broadhead, a smaller machine type and our second mountable machine. They are a bit heftier than their Strider counterparts and seem to very closely resemble Texas Longhorn cattle. Their name refers directly to the width of their head, but it is also the name of a type of arrowhead. Certainly not a coincidence. Broadheads, much like Striders, are found in large packs and are usually accompanied by watchers. Broadheads are also very oblivious to you, so sneaking up to override them is quite easy. The Broadhead's most notable features are its horns, which can be removed with tear ammo. Often, removing a Broadhead's horns with tear is enough to severely damage it, if not outright kill it. Broadheads also have a pair of blaze canisters above their hind legs, which can be destroyed quickly with damage or fire ammo. Alerting a pack of Broadheads is enough to send them running, but a few can sometimes stay behind to charge or kick you. Overriding a Broadhead is simple, and is one of the default Psi overrides you get without having to complete a cauldron. An overridden Broadhead is often docile or slow to attack, even as aggressive machines are nearby. Due to their low health and intermittent attacks, Broadheads are not the most reliable allies. Lastly today is the Longleg, an ostrich or emu-like machine found mostly outside of Nora lands. Longlegs are medium-sized machines with several different parts and a plethora of different attacks, making them very formidable allies. Longlegs are sometimes found alone with packs of other machines, but multiple Longlegs in the same area can make for very tricky encounters. Longlegs are one of the most unpredictable machines to fight. Up close, they have a number of different attacks, such as close-range melee, but they also have a fire area of effect attack that is telegraphed by them jumping straight into the air. It can be a little tricky to do, but it is possible to dodge through this attack if you time it right. Before jumping into the air, Longlegs will rev up the engines in their wings, giving you even more time to recognize that this attack is coming. Trying to run from this machine is often a bad idea, as they will give chase and close the gap with swiping melee attacks that can be difficult to avoid. Longlegs also have a sonar attack that can stun you if it hits. This attack appears to come from the air sac on its chest, so destroying this component will render this ability unusable, but once destroyed, it will create a concussive blast, which thankfully does not damage you but does send you flying backwards. If you find yourself being relentlessly attacked by Longleg, using shock ammo or a rope caster is useful in subduing them. Once downed, it is a good idea to take care of the air sac on their chests or the shot canisters on their backs. Much like Scrappers, Longlegs have a scanning ability that can find you if you are in nearby tall grass. It is often accompanied by a radio-like alert attack, so you should attack or run if you find yourself too close to one when they perform this. With the Row Cauldron completed, you can override a Longleg to aid you in battle, and their relentless attacks and decent health make them very good allies for disrupting large groups of machines. It also makes fights much more chaotic if you are participating alongside an allied Longleg, as they are very likely to jump all around attacking any nearby machines. The cauldron markings on these machines are generally a little tougher to see than on a Sawtooth, for example, especially when getting close enough to see them on a Longleg or a Bellowback can be rather difficult. Next time, we'll be looking at a group of very aggressive and very territorial machines.